Mi bomba. Come on, Naeem. Where you at, Naeem? Where's the Bangladeshi hero? Naeem, I just found out where Bangladesh is on a map the other day. So I know exactly where not to send your honeys back to. They will reside with me until the end of eternity. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, talk about an incredibly lackluster period of price action in crypto. Incredibly lackluster. And so we've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting a bit longer to see what will be the direction of this market. Are we entering into a bear market? Is it time to get the fuck out of altcoins? A bit too late for that. Is it macro bear market? Are we going to reject at all-time highs on the S&P? What is going on here? Well, yours truly is about to give you all that information. Why? Because I'm a fucking consummate professional. So let me take a look here. Let's just jump right into the charts. I'm just jumping right into it. I've certainly come to a conclusion on macro. And I'm going to show you what I've come up with. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. You okay? You ready for this? Ready? Do a little Mr. Producer. We got all them hoes. We got Mr. Producer. We got all them hoes. I said Mr. Producer. Look at that. Double-digit live across all platforms. Who do you think you're fucking dealing with? Joey Bananas. Let's take a look at the fucking markets, huh? The fuck was that? All right, gentlemen. So, number one, Bitcoin, right? Let's take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin. Something interesting I was taking a look at. Number one was that the 1.618 fib on the macro 4-year range on Bitcoin was tagged perfectly. Bitcoin respects the fib clearly. Okay. Broke down. Boom. Reversal. Reclaimed the 1.618. Now we've maintained it as support with a little liquidity grabs down below. Okay. So here's what I'm starting to see. As I've said on the stream before, build short to go long. Build short to go long. Okay, let's see if I have the line drawn. Let's see. I do not, so let's draw it quickly. Build long. I could say probably do something like this. Yeah, something like this. That'd be perfect, actually. Okay. Build long, distribute, lose the channel, quick breakdown. You're down. Okay. So you build long to go short, distribution. You build short to go long, accumulation. Okay. Why does this matter? Well, because the longer that you build short like this without actually breaking down the structure significantly, what you're doing is you're stacking highs above, stacking liquidity, stacking highs, stacking shorts above, okay? And over a long period of time, if you continue to build short without actually breaking down, you get what happened over here on a larger time frame. So in this 8-month range on Bitcoin throughout the summertime in 2024, right, you had this build short. So you had this channel. So you build short. You come in contact with the macro bull market or bull trend. So this would actually be more like this. Yeah, like that. So you build short to then do what? Bang, go long. And then you move up. So you build short to go long. Okay, here we built long. We're trending higher slowly without breaking out. This is distribution, people taking profits, people getting out, and you come short. Okay, So that's what I'm seeing to start to take place on Bitcoin at the top here with this structure. I'm seeing a build short. So, one more clap. If it plays out the same way that it did throughout last year, I expect something like this going into July. You come up, you did what? You tag, come back down, one last scary drop. Back up. That's what I'm planning for. Oops. That's what I'm starting to see play out. So you probably get another high that gets stacked up here. So you don't take this high because this is a lower high. So you don't take the liquidity here. You don't take this high because it's a little bit lower. So you leave the liquidity there. Come back down. And then what happens is on the move back up higher, because macro still bullish, you bust through these highs and you start to blast off because you're closing all the shorts from up there, taking all that liquidity, which then in turn creates market buys, sends the price up higher. So as scary as these moves have been, I'm liking it. Another point of confluence, something I was taking a look at last night that I want to show again. This is still telling me higher. As much as people are like, oh, global liquidity doesn't matter, even though it obviously does matter because it's how much money is available to go into markets. Global M2 keeps moving higher. And with every move up higher on global M2, so does Bitcoin move up higher. Global liquidity across the world is at all-time highs again on the daily. On the weekly, it looks like this, vertical. Okay. Give you some context. So you move up higher. Remember, this is a leading indicator. You move up higher on global M2. Move up higher on Bitcoin. Down, we lost liquidity. Down, we lost liquidity. Now we've been pretty much straight back up and at all-time highs. So Bitcoin's doing what? I say higher. That's my opinion. I think global liquidity continues to go up. So if global liquidity continues to go up, so do markets in and of themselves naturally are going to do what? Continue to go up. Might be scary short term, but that's what it's looking like on a macro basis. Okay. Then we also take a look at the S&P. What is the S&P doing literally as we speak? What have we had drawn out here? This line has been here since this entire pullback. Look what we just did on the S&P. We're about to break. We're trying to break all-time highs. I said if you break this level, I've had this. You guys have been seeing me on stream for months. I've had this here for months. Breakout at this line. Look what we just did. We pressed right into this line. Who could have foreseen? Pressed right into it. Came up. Closed down below. This time, we're pushing above. To me, maybe you get one last, turn it into support, and then you blast off. But you might just start fucking sending it from here. Because I said breakout. Breakout. You break this level, it's a breakout. Okay? That's huge. You can't tell me that's not bullish. That's bullish, clearly. We're just waiting for crypto to fucking catch up. So we got to see if this is actually a breakout. If this actually breaks out and we start ripping it, then we're in fucking business, gentlemen. Then we're in fucking business. Let's actually take a look here. Let's do something interesting here, huh? Let's actually take a look at some fibs on this. See if this is meaningful at all. So we could say that the range on the fibs would be this. Maybe this. Oops. That's actually a better range right there. Cleared tag here. Interaction with the mid-range, top of the range, clearly like up in here. Yeah, something like that. Okay, interesting. So if we draw fibs on the S&P, let's see if this is realistic. I'm trying to figure out if this is a realistic target. If we actually break out here. Oh yeah, it's super fucking realistic. So the next fib on the S&P would be up to 6843 from 6100. So up another 12%. Is that possible? It's possible for sure. It's nothing insane. Let's see if this is played in the past. Very interesting. Okay, so anyways, S&P looks good. We like that. Perfect. What else is happening in equities that is signal potentially for crypto? So S&P's up, 100's up, Dow Jones is up, big like meat sticks are getting put in. IWM still trying to recover. Whoops. IWM, remember this is the shitco index, so this is the shit companies. Still not at all-time highs. When this breaks to all-time highs, this is whenever Ethereum runs. We've showed that relationship in the past. Ethereum runs whenever IWM goes into price discovery. So this was clear demand zone. Look what we did. Boom, 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 boom. Came back into the demand zone. Trying to curl back up. This was the previous all-time here. You broke up. This is when you had alt season last time because risk assets are running. So you get this to break new all-time highs. That's when you get alt season. Okay. QQQ, meat stick. Look at that. QQQ going into price discovery. Look at that. Huge. Reclaim with the bull market trend right here. Now we're pushing. Okay. Hugely bullish. So I'm looking at these and I'm saying this is all good. Nvidia breaking out new all-time highs. That seems bullish to me. Look at this. Coinbase stock. Not at all-time highs from the IPO. Let's actually mark that out. Not at all-time highs, but breaking out from this region. So tagged right here, look, this high. From this high up, there's nothing but air to the previous all-time high. So Coinbase is ripping. Interesting. Robinhood pushing for all-time highs. Seems bullish to me. Where do people buy crypto? Robinhood, Coinbase. So this is up to Circle. Look at this. Circle. Look at that. Who could have foreseen this? So I had this drawn out off stream. These are the CME gaps. So CME gap here. CME gap here. So these were the gaps. Look. Came back down. Filled it. Pushing back up. That's good. That's bullish. Why? Because we got the gap fill here. Typically, you're going to get gap fills in equity markets. Circle's now starting to push back up higher. So beautiful. Good. Bullish. We like that. So everything so far so good. DXY. Excuse me. This is VIX getting crushed. As the VIX gets crushed, we wanted to come back into this demand zone. This is bullish for markets. This comes back down lower. Markets go up higher. Good. DXY. Look at this. Gentlemen. Breaking down. New low locally. Breakdown here is bullish. Broke down, broke down. Coming into this first major demand zone, which is here. December, November of 2021 was the last part of your alt season last cycle. This is a good level to be coming back down into. Beautiful. Bullish. We like it. Everything so far is telling me bullishness. Gold's topping. Silver's going. Let's take a look at this. Good, 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 good. This is huge as well. Okay, so we got an unexpected bounce on government yields, 10-year yields. When yields are above 4.5%, typically the market returns 1 or 2% for the year. This is equities. When government bonds are below 4.5%, typically the market returns much higher, like closer to 20% for the year. Huge fucking difference. We topped out at 4.6. This is whenever markets started cheating hard as fuck, whenever bonds nuked or pumped all the way up in here. This is when altcoins and everything was getting nuked. Breaking back down. Get this down into here and below. Bullish conditions again. everything is trending in the right direction for us right now from a macro bull run perspective. Again, have we been waiting a long time for this to actually play? Yes, but everything needs to be in line for shit to start pumping up higher. But DXY going down. Bond yields going down. VIX going down. All the crypto stocks pumping. Nvidia, new all-time highs. S&P, new all-time high, or no, not new all-time highs, close. So right here. Getting close. Global liquidity at all-time highs. To me, it's looking pretty good, Hairball. It's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good to me, Hairball. So, anyways, there's your confluence, okay? So let's take a look at Ethereum then. So where's ETH? ETH, quick little flush. Let's take a look at the momentum indicators. So invite only. Let's take a look at just normal RSI. Look, good. RSI is starting to bounce a little bit. This is good on the daily. Why is this good? Well, you got to flush. You got to flush on the daily RSI. Why is this important? Low. So the last time we were this oversold was when the price was at 1500. We came back down to this region. Price is at 2200. Why is this significant? We made a bounce, mean reversion, back up to the moving average. Okay. Now we need to see us flip the moving average and move up like this. But because the price is much higher than what we were over here whenever the RSI became pretty low, now this has room to run on the daily. It has room to run up to its next level of 4,000 up in here to cover that last CME gap. So that's good because we have room now in the RSI indicator to run. Let me get rid of this. Does that make sense? So we have the room to run. Let's take a look at brush strokes. Okay, good. So we have room to run. Let's take a look at the RSI on weekly. Yep, weekly is still at the midline. It's fine. Cool, got room to run. Plenty of room to run on ETH. Monthly RSI. Plenty of room to run, still under the moving average, so we still have a mean reversion to take place on the monthly. Again, why is this important? Because in the past, when we were clearly topped, we were massively overbought on the monthly, and that's when we got this huge move. Here, we topped like this. This has got plenty of room to run back up, even if we come up high. This would probably be the cycle top over here once we get this move. So again, macro, I'm still bullish because we're going into more favorable conditions. Again, is it taking a long time? Yeah. Boo-hoo, Playboy. You want to get rich overnight? Sorry, it's not how it works. Not this cycle. It's going to take a bit longer than expected. Arian, great live, sir. Nice, my man. My dog. So, anyways, I say all this because we have plenty of room to run on these RSIs on Ethereum, which tells me we're in a good position. Let's take a look at Bitcoin's RSI. So daily is a little bit higher than ETH, but there's room. Weekly, some room. It's definitely more overbought than ETH is, which makes sense because if this is the last leg of the cycle, that actually makes tons of sense. It makes sense because as the last leg of the cycle actually takes place, that's when you see Ethereum finally outperform Bitcoin. Why does this give us that context? Well, because Bitcoin will become overbought much quicker than Ethereum does on this next leg up. So what people are going to do that are trading, that are using these indicators, they're going to take a look at Bitcoin. They're going to see it's become overbought before ETH does. So they're going to rotate their capital, rotate their profits, and rotate it right into what? Into Ethereum. Then Ethereum's going to have that big catch-up trade that finally we get that move up off the lows for Bitcoin for ETH BTC, and you see that pump. ETH will start to outperform Bitcoin. Why? Because there's going to be more opportunity for upside on a less overbought asset. Look at that. So there's confluence there. I like that. So this will top out first, and then you'll see ETH start to run really hard afterwards as the RSI, which is here on the daily, or monthly. That's day. Let's do daily. Well, here the RSI on the daily is much lower for Ethereum, right? You're going to see ETH run harder than Bitcoin on this next leg up, which has already been confluent with the price action that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. Okay, good. Like that. Another cycle top indicator, ETH BTC, or excuse me, Sol ETH is breaking down. That's good for ETH. We like that. So Sol ETH is breaking down. Send it to Valhalla, or excuse me, send it to Hades. This as well right here. Here's altcoins. Okay, this is probably where we're at with altcoins. Let's take away these drawings. Oops. Any more brush. Where's the path? Delete that. Yeah. Okay. Delete these. Okay. This is the high we need to break. So just to give you a clearer view, this is where I believe we're at on this chart. That's fine. This is where I believe we're at on this chart for altcoins. Something like this, where you get this break. You had this run up in March of 24. You drew all the way down. Okay. You break the downtrend. You get a nice pop. You retest it. And you have one last death, one last new low after the break of trend. Okay. Locally here. This was November. So August 5th nuke. Disgusting. You waited a month to September 5th, another low. You waited another month to October 5th, right here. You waited another month until November 5th, which is right here. I remember because every single month, I remember like it was yesterday, every single month, the first week of the month would put in the low and then be up only from the rest of the month. November 5th, then up only. So that was 1, 2, 3 months to put in the low, and then we move higher. So here was April, first week of the month again. So April 7th. So we got May 7th right here. Look at that. Put in the low again, big first week of the month. It's 1 month, May 7th, and June right here, another low. So that's 1, 2, and then the third month would be in July in here. So I bet you we get another move lower, either a new low, which would be pretty fucking disgusting, or a higher low or something in here, first week of July, and then you see that big fucking run up. So in my mind right now, I think the run up is coming up in July. I think July you're going to see a big pump in crypto. That's probably where you're going to get it. Okay. So that's where I see we're at on these others chart. Patience, though. Patience. Let's see what Bitcoin does, right? Let's see what Bitcoin does. Okay. And then what time is it? All right. So we can take a look at Per. We can take a look at Pepe. This is what I'm looking at on Pepe. Demand's holding. You want this to hold. You want to be bidding in here. Okay. Brett, same thing. I'd be bidding in here. Andy, Wolf, pretty much bid zones. Let's see. That didn't play. This is a clear demand on Doge. Okay. So these are pretty much your you're close to bottoms here on these assets, I would say. I would say bottoms in, you're close to bottoms. So the question is how quickly do we move up off of the floor from these assets? Let's take a look at hype. Hype has been the risk on barometer. Who could have foreseen? Bull market fibs work, like I've said. Perfect tag of the 1.618. Look, you wake up on that day, you came all the way back down, you broke down, you hit the top of the range, now you're boom up here. This locally may be topped, okay? But depends on what Bitcoin does, right? So we might get one more stab below into here or into here, $27, $28, okay? Depending on how vicious the pullback at the beginning of July is, okay? So again, like I said, I think because we have one more month into July, I think we get one more pullback. You could either get it into here, best case scenario. Well, not even best case because you would want lower to bid hype. Or into here would be the lowest into July. You get to like $27, $28 right in here for hype. And then you run up hard. That would be my game plan for hype. If hype does that, what happens to per? Well, per is going to be the beta, right? If you see that happen to per, you're going to get fantastic bid on per. So you would want to set some limit orders. So you get something maybe like this on that first leg down on hype. And then if hype comes back to like $27, $28, you're probably in here, which this is where we were bidding originally. If you get into this zone, you're fucking pumping in there per. Okay? That's where I would be pumping in to per. So something like this, and then hype down into $28, somewhere in there, you're in here. And then you rip it. Okay. So those would be those to take a look at. Let's see what else we got to take a look at. Macro data. Let's take a look at equities again. Because equities is the one that's giving a signal right now. Equities is where we have to draw a signal from right now. So we're pushing. So this would be the all-time high break, would be right here at 2147. So we got to break that. We got to break it with some conviction. Let's see what the RSI is on this. Bombaclat. Yeah, we're close. We are close. Yeah, so we'll see. Which makes sense because we were just saying how it's going to be a run up into July. Or we're going to run down into July. First week of July, typically run by the end of the July month. So this would make sense. So we could be topping and coming up into here on the RSI on equities on the S&P 500. So you come up like into here. You do a retest back into here, bring this back down, right? And then run it higher into July. That would be the ideal scenario. So that would make sense. So you pop up, maybe you pop up a little bit to a new all-time high, like in here. You bring this RSI up to overbought. You pull it back into the first week of July, okay? Then you run it hard afterwards. That would be the game plan. That would be the ideal situation. Okay. Makes sense? Boom, boom, boom. All right, gentlemen. Outside of that, you guys know what it is. The gentlemen are fucking rocking it. The Discord, link is in the description. Click on thetaylorscode.com. Go to the website. Join as a gentleman. Join as a professional. Join as a hero. Get access to different parts of the private Discord. If you want access to the private crypto plays inside of the Discord, make sure you join as a gentleman. Second tier. You're going to get access to myself, what I'm doing with my portfolio, when I'm buying, when I'm selling, what assets I'm accumulating before I talk about them on YouTube. Get daily analysis, daily charts, daily feedback to see what the fuck is going on with the markets. If you were not inside of the Discord, I guarantee you've either cheated your bags way too early, you sold for a loss, you bought way too high, You don't know what the fuck's happening in the market. You don't know where the cycle's at. You don't know if we're in a bear market, bull market, where we're... I guarantee you, you're fucking up and you're leaving tons of money on the table. Do not leave money on the table this cycle. Why wouldn't you, if you're willing to invest thousands of dollars into shit coins like Fart Coin and Fart House and Bumbleclock Coin and all this bullshit, you're willing to put your fucking... your life savings into these shit coins with people that you don't know, projects you haven't heard of, no insider information, etc. You're willing to put all that money into the market, but you're not willing to invest $99 a month to make an extra 10, 15, 30, 100, $500,000, $1 million a cycle, depending on your portfolio size. That's not worth it to you, and you call yourself an investor? No, you're not an investor. You're a gambler. You're a shit coiner. You're somebody who's just hoping to hit a lottery ticket to be able to free yourself from your current situation because you hate your life. You hate your work. You go 9 to 5. You don't fucking like what you do. You want to retire, but you want to try to do it the cheap way. Don't do it the fucking cheap way. Join the Discord. Become a part of the network for the ultimate professional. Know people like me. Know people like Bobby, Logan, Paxter, Arion, Naeem, Ollie, everybody inside. Martin, gentlemen, Brocker, everybody. So click on the link in the description. Get positioned now while altcoins are in the fucking dumpster. Get positions now and don't ape the top like your fucking buddy from middle school who's buying fucking Dogecoin at $1 because he said it. Oh, I saw it on TV. Dogecoin's going to $1 million. Once they start talking about Dogecoin on MSNBC again, you're fucked, buddy. You're fucked. Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you inside the Discord. If you need an opportunity to make money, if you need an opportunity to change your situation financially so that you can actually invest into markets with size the way that we do, then thank you, Paxter. It is worth it. I appreciate that. If you need a way to change your situation financially, reach out to me. We'll get you into the fucking insurance industry, and I'll show you how to make a bunch of money in the insurance industry. All right. If you need an opportunity to actually earn money, that's what I can help you do. Oh shit, what happened here? All right. Boom, 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 Mr. Producer. Mr. Producer. Come on, gentlemen. All right. Let's go fucking win. Let's go make some money. I'm going to go get in the field, run it up with the gentleman, hit the gym, get some food in me, make some money, and then we'll be back here on Saturday for the university meeting, give you some juice on life, business, etc. All right? Cool. Mr. Producer, we got all them hoes. I said, Mr. Producer, we got all them hoes. I said, Mr. Producer.